Okay, well, we'll get going today. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to our, where are we at here? Beck's third town hall? Okay, welcome to our third town hall for the month of September. As you know, we had our election a few weeks ago and we just got inaugurated. So this is our first time talking to you as officially as the next government of San Andreas. So hello, hope you're having a wonderful day. I just wanted to come up here and speak very briefly from my office, and then I will introduce our other guests here today and bring them up on the stage, and then we'll cycle through the departments if they have things they want to say. So for those of you who don't know, I'm James Paxton. I'm the governor of the state. I was inaugurated with my colleagues in the representatives about 2 weeks ago now. And we have spent the last 2 weeks sort of talking with our department heads and making sure that everyone is on the right track. We do have a couple of departments we still haven't talked to, but we are having scheduled meetings with them shortly. And so you're going to hear some announcements from some departments tonight that we've worked on with them, and quite happy to see the direction things are going in that regard. We're also looking at hosting some events, so keep an eye out. We're going to do some business-related events, some sort of general public-related events with some entertainment and things to do, just to sort of bring people together, and it's an opportunity for you to come and ask questions of us as well. So keep an eye out for them. We'll be announcing some shortly. Unfortunately, our police department couldn't make it tonight, but they did want to say they are hiring. They're training lots of cadets, and the response time should be improving. Those are three things that they wanted to note. Unfortunately, it's a little busy tonight, and they needed all hands on deck, but hopefully they'll be here for our next one. So for, I guess without further ado, I will invite our other people up on the stage here. I guess I'll just go from who's closest. We have Oliver McKenzie from the San Andreas Parks Department, or Park Rangers. We have Josh Zimmerman, of the Department of Commerce and Labor, Alan Evis of our Department of Justice, Jack Callow from the San Andreas Flight Authority. We have Mon Nash, one of our representatives, as well as James Nark, another representative. Josh Ford, if you want to come join us, he's our Lieutenant Governor. And on stage with me already with the wonderful pink hair is Bex Lawson. And I'll let her take over from here, and then we'll cycle through the departments.
Thank you, James. So thank you to everyone who came to attend the City Hall tonight. As a state government, we want to open up avenues of communication, and honestly, we're all very grateful for the citizens who have already reached out to us. A lot of you are very passionate about how to improve the city or how to improve something about your life, and we are listening. As you may know, we have 3 new state reps who are, this is their first Congress with us, Mon Nash, William Benning, and James Nark. And I can say that these are, very enthusiastic lawmakers, and I can say we're already very hard at work. Our first priority is sort of cleaning up loose ends from last Congress. So we have a number of small bills that are meant to clean things up, organize things like the structure of the Department of Justice, and otherwise just take care of some bureaucracy. After that, we're going to be working on some new ventures. We're not ready to speak on the details quite yet, but we're excited to announce more details in the coming days as the legislation and the logic behind it firms up. I can take any questions if there are any questions about the legislature and our current process. Actually, I'm really glad you asked that. The Conflict of Interest Act at the time ended up being put on the back burner because of various other priorities, and unfortunately, we did have some short staffing in certain elements of the government. Now that that is being taken care of and we're starting off strong for this Congress, I'm going to be working on the Conflict of Interest bill with Mr. Nash and Mr. Gordon, and I believe the collaboration is going to make it significantly stronger for this Congress. Well, I think we can have someone else step up then in that case. Thank you very much.
I guess I'll just go. Hello, I'm Ranger Captain Oliver McKenzie with the San Andreas Parks Department. under the San Andreas Park Rangers department under itself. We get a lot of questions about hiring, the hiring process. Currently, we're hiring at a rate at which we can train them. We do not wish to overflow our FTOs and have apprentice rangers sitting around doing nothing. This creates a little bit of confusion as to why people think their application is sitting on hold. But ultimately, we are very interested in everybody who applies. It's just a case of getting our people trained and then bringing in new ones. So as an apprentice ranger moves out of apprentice, we hire on another person. We do have plans to have events for October and November. We wish to share more on that when we can, but currently, as they are in the works, we do not wish to announce anything until they are a clean slate and they are ready to go. Aside from that, the San Andreas Parks Department are expanding our departments in 2 divisions. We're going to have a law enforcement division to better assist our fellow comrades in the BCSO and LSPD for when they come to our jurisdiction, so we can better assist with their investigations and activities. We're also going to have a pet and wildlife division. This will be focused on adding support for our domesticated animals, such as your pets, and other wildlife animals that may become injured or sick, among other things. And to better assist that, a little bit more on that after I finish off with the last division, which is Coast Guards. We have a Coast Guard division coming up. This is to assist with those who choose a nautical pastime, such as be hobby, entertainment, work, or other. We're just out there to make sure you guys are safe and you guys are following the proper procedures. Make sure everybody out there is, respecting the ecosystem and the environment itself. But as I mentioned about the pet and wildlife thing, we're going to be hiring people potentially, but volunteers first. So if anybody out there is interested in assisting animals when they can, as a volunteer thing, by all means, please reach out to the San Andreas Parks Department. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them if I can. That hasn't been brought to me forth yet. Although it is something we are aware of hunting clubs. We think they're a great idea as they offer more protection for our hunters and a great way of getting to know each other and make new friends. If a club out there wishes to be recognized, we would like them to bring forth their information for their club, if they have a club name, etc., their members. That way we can better educate ourselves on their club. And then if anything happens, we can inform the club of, for instance, any infractions from any hunters. Any other questions? Excellent. I'll pass it off to the next person then.
Thank you so much. If we could have Alan Eva step up, please, to share some news on the Department of Justice.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Alan Evis, the current Acting Attorney General. With the Department of Justice, we're currently hiring SPA certified attorneys and paralegals to help us out in our day-to-day job. Obviously, as a prosecutor and defender of the state. Some notable cases recently have been the state against Bevins Garvey, which ended in a not guilty verdict for animal cruelty, the state against Harold Hagen, which ended in a guilty verdict for voluntary manslaughter and a guilty to second-degree drug paraphernalia, and the state against Edbert Lowenthal, which ended in a guilty verdict to 11 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of hostage-taking, kidnapping, torture, and mutilation. Going back to what Bex went over briefly before, you may have seen bill sent to legislator HR 36, which is the reworking of the DOJ. Operationally, there won't be any huge changes. Basically, what's going to happen is the Attorney General's office and the District Attorney's office will be merged into one state attorney's office, and the titles of roles may be changed or will be changed in regards to that. Other than that, there's just quite a bit of reworking of some internal documentation, but nothing crazy for the public. Any questions?
I have one. is there anything that's going to be done about Go Postal workers being assaulted by these street gangs and stuff like that?
Personally, this is the first I'm hearing of that, but I recommend making complaints to the police department, and then they will have to designate resources to assist with that.
I've got a question here. Is there a reason why the entire Department of Justice is being restructured? Is there, I don't know, like, yeah, what is the reason? Why is it being restructured? Was there just some issues with how it was before?
There weren't any major issues. It just makes more sense in the way it's going to be restructured. As it is now, there are technically two different departments, and we're both sort of doing the same thing with different roles. So just a restructure will just help streamline operations. Any other questions? Okay, perfect. Next person.
Thanks so much. We're now going to have Mr. Zimmerman step up, and he is representing the Department of Commerce and Labor.
Hello everyone, it's me again, Josh Zimmerman, Head Commissioner, Department of Commerce and Labour. So there are a few things I need to announce today. 3 things to be exact. So I've just got written here on my little tablet, a little speech I've prepared, so I do apologise. Where is it? Ah, there we go. So, I'm here to announce some changes in how DOCL operates. We are aware of the issues that we currently have in the way that we do things. With that, we also got feedback from the public, yourselves, as well as business people, as well as people in the government right now. With that, the first change we're doing is how we do our interviews. So, right now, there are 3 different applications, and you have to do 3 different interviews for them. Unfortunately, it's not really feasible at its current time to reduce that to 1 interview and 1 application. However, it is changing, so the business license, so the very first step into creating your business is now going to be done remotely. Now be done through the way you do your applications. That would be a direct contact between us at DOCL and the submitter of the application itself. It would make it a lot more streamlined and just a lot easier for people to be up and running with their business. Secondly, when applying for a premises, it can be difficult for everyone, including DOCL members, to know exactly where and what is taken as a premises by other businesses or clubhouses or anything like that. So what I have done, I have created an interactive map which shows all active premises that are licensed fully, approved, ones that are on hold, also clubhouses. This will all be public for you all to view over the next few days. There's just a few more kinks to work out for that process. With that, the hopes are that things will be easier for everyone involved, including us and you guys. Let's see. On the map itself as well, there is an area where a business can apply to us directly to have extra information added onto it. It would come at a fee. That fee hasn't been decided, but it will. More information of that will come when it's announced, when it's released publicly. The third and final change, which I think everyone that owns a business is going to love us for and all that. Tax payments. Everyone's favorite. It is changing. With the system that we have right now, there is a lot of issues, mainly availability of DOCL members to take taxes. So I'm glad to announce over the next few days, maybe a week or so, taxes will now be an automated process. Every 7 days. 7 days prior to when you need to pay, you will be notified that the payments are coming. You will then be notified again 5 days, 3 days, and then 1 day.
after that time has passed, you'll be put up for suspension or termination. But that would be done through us manually, so don't worry about that. More information on that will be coming soon, along with everything else as well. And yes, we are always recruiting as well. We are still looking for many members. It will help us. It will help you.
Why the fuck are we here?
And yeah, that's pretty much everything. Hopefully you guys will understand how big of a change this will cause, and hopefully make everything better for literally everyone in the state, including DOCL members as well as business owners. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm happy to answer any questions anyone has.
I've got one question here. We've received a couple of allegations made against at least 2 of the automotive custom businesses, saying that businesses are being used as a front for money laundering. Is there any steps that the department will be taking in potentially auditing these businesses, or have you even received certain allegations?
That is the first I've heard of it, to be honest with you. Generally speaking, things like that, things of a criminal nature, would first have to be brought up to the PD, and then they would most likely bring it to our attention, so that way we can initiate the auditing process.
Okay, calm down. Thank you.
Josh, you said it's going to be automated payments?
Yes, it should be.
But you also said it's going to notify you at 7, 5, 3, and 1?
Yes.
Is that if there's a failure to pay because you don't have the funds?
Yeah, so basically, every 31 days, you'll be given your notifications. That's when you have to pay.
Okay. Is it going to just be like an automated invoice, or?
Oh, sorry. Hold on, I just got a little. Okay, so I misunderstood slightly. It's not an automated payment. It's more of an automated notification type thing.
Oh, okay. So we still got to physically.
So it'll still be invoiced.
Okay. That's what I needed to know.
But the invoice is done automatically. So you won't have to get in contact with DOCL itself.
All right, so we will receive an invoice automatically.
Yes.
Awesome. That's what I needed to know.
That's all right. Apologies for the slight confusion there.
No, you're fine. Thank you.
Cool. Any more questions?
When the new update will be in practice?
So was that?
Is there going to be? How are we going to know when this interactive map that you are making is going to be available to us? Is there any way that we'll be able to find out when that is available and how to view this map?
Yes. So I'm hoping there'll be an announcement of some kind. Or if not, just keep an eye on the DOCL area. It will be up there and available within, I would say, the next couple of days.
Thank you.
What the fuck is the DOCL area?
Right.
Yeah, I'm
any
so
more for
fucking
any more?
confused.
DOCL area. You guys know what the DOCL area is?
No.
I don't know what
Perfect.
the
All right. Cool.
big DOCL
Thank you.
area is.
No, the DOCL's
Thank you so much, Mr. Zimmerman. And I believe this is our last speaker for tonight, Mr. Callow of the.
Woo!
Oh my God!
Right. Already had that, right?
I'll try to keep it brief. So, a lot of changes have happened thus far with the SAFA. We now have over 150 certified pilots, for instance. So, at any given point in time, you will see or probably hear a flight up in the air. That being said, I am making a few changes to compensated licensing. The park rangers, obviously, they have their rotorcraft covered. Because they are also receiving fixed wing, I am offering them free fixed wing training and licensing should they need it at any point in time. Now, I'm also extending compensated licensing to public works for rotorcraft so they can have more people be able to operate the sky crane, along with enhanced training should they need it.
Nice.
I do want to say, I'm very proud of the work we've done lately, especially with the creation of the Silver Hugs demo flight team, as you've seen them perform. They're quite fantastic, and I look forward to seeing more of their shows. And I want to emphasize an importance on air traffic control communications between pilots and our ground crew. Sometimes accidents happen. So far, none that have been too devastating. I want to keep it that way.
Brandon Davis
So to all pilots who are listening or read this later on, remember, always be on air traffic control when you are flying out no matter what. it is very important to us that we know if a runway is clear or not. Now we get to kind of a niche problem, doesn't happen too often. People racing on LSIA and Sandy Shores airstrips. Now, my official stance is I don't mind at all. Just tell us beforehand so we know to tell planes not to land there. Because if you don't tell us and a plane lands on that runway damaging your car, that's not our fault. Because it is against the law to race on those runways. So notify us so we can keep you safe. Currently, we do have a couple open investigations involving a few aerial incidents. Those are being kept private, obviously. I want to touch on a singular point here. An incident occurred, let's say a week ago, where someone acquired a helicopter and nearly flew it into a building. I will say there is zero tolerance for that kind of behavior, and that person will possibly never receive a pilot's license from the SAFA. They know who they are. I'm not going to speak any further on that. With that being said, we are also increasing the training requirements for PD and EMS to receive their basic pilot's license. We feel that the pilots we have now for PD and EMS are fantastic. Some of them spectacular even, but we still receive complaints. So you want to make sure they are properly prepared before they go up into the air. There's also new certifications on the way should the law pass, one being the commercial license, which would allow people to charter from place to place for their business and other such things. That being said, I'm going on vacation on Sunday for the first time in 4 months. I'll be gone for a week. Nobody bother me. The people I will be leaving in charge for the morning shift will be Jay Queen. For the afternoon shift, I will be leaving Mr. Hendricks and Jonathan Stanford in charge. Please bother them with any questions you may have. I do want to say, I'm very proud of EMS and PD who communicate with us over ATC and lets us know what areas to shut down for you to fly safely and for your operations not to be interrupted. And on the final note, aircraft rentals. Rentals are only to be used for domestic flights. That means from LSIA to Sandy Shores and Grapeseed. Anyone caught using it for anything other than that will lose your license or have it suspended for investigation, depending on how severe the situation is. Now, are there any questions?
Got one question.
Go for it.
So you did say you weren't going to talk about this too much. So not specifically, but the fact that a helicopter was taken without permission, are there any steps being done to prevent that from occurring again?
Well, you see, that's something that I don't think we can prevent. So far, we've made it for helicopters to be, obviously, very hard to hotwire, almost impossible. Actually, it is impossible. You can't lockpick them, you can't advance lockpick them. But if a local were to give you the keys, things happen. So we can't 100% prevent it. We've done all we can. But if you see something, say something. Any more questions?
You can.
Yes.
By all
One
means.
question. All in the back. Jack, it's me, Reggie.
Hey, Reggie.
Can we shorten the lockpicks on the cop cars?
That's not my department.
Oh, you just said you changed the lockpicks on the cop cars.
No, I said on helicopters.
What?
Yeah.
I just got here. Continue.
Love you, Reggie.
I love you. Yeah, have fun on your vacation. Should have invited me.
I'll try my best. Any more questions? All right. Pleasure as always.
Thanks, Jack. I'm just gonna say, by the way, I'm gonna pick on you back there, Davis, because you showed up and you weren't here in the beginning, so you get to come on up and speak briefly. And we also have our Chief Justice here, who I forgot to call up earlier, Drake Paxton. So if he wants to come up as well, we'll let you speak, Davis, and then Drake can after. And those are our final two for today. Hi.
Hi.
Nice.
How are you?
Good.
I don't have anything prepared for this. It's been quite of a busy night. Just from a PD standpoint, we are growing very quickly. We have multiple cadet classes going on at once right now, so a lot of our officers are focused on training. You're going to see a lot of new faces out there, so make sure you guys say hi. Seeing a lot of new people come through over the next few months, so just bear with them. Everybody's learning. We're doing our best to train these guys. if anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, or needs anything, just come on down to MRPD. There's usually somebody down there that can help you out. But I apologize. I do have to get going. The city is on absolute fire tonight, so you guys all be safe.
Lying. He always lies like that.
And Drake.
Hello, Drake Paxton. So we're still working on the bar exam. It's taken a lot of effort. We also, with the new constitution, we're rewriting the rules of civil procedure for the state, which will take a while. Although we do have a new filing that is available due to some laws that the state representatives passed last session, I believe. That would be bankruptcy. But there's a lot more to it. But that's pretty much it.
Okay, back to you, Bex.
Well, thank you again for everyone who turned out. That is an update from all of our available departments. And of course, we will continue to communicate over the government website, over social media. And if you check the Lawyers and Judges app, you should be able to see government officials, at which point, if you see anyone there, please feel free to call us. We absolutely love hearing your concerns, your comments, and we are here to help. So please do not feel shy about contacting us. At this point, I can take any leftover or final questions from press and public. Well, I think we wrapped it in half an hour. Thank you so much for joining us. Our next press conference will be held in October, date to be announced, where we will have more updates for you.
Thanks for coming out.